You may not know this, but a form of black on black crime is retaliation. And I don't mean just a crime with the police. I mean it as a crime against each other, against ourselves, right? My name is Dr. Bina Sopel-Reese, and I want to talk to you about something real quick. Well, maybe not real quick. I may be here for a minute. So go ahead and tag, post, and share, because this is a profound conversation. We say we want success, unity, the restoration of the Black family. And there is an unspoken agreement that when our feelings get hurt or we get insulted, we give ourselves the right to retaliate. Case in point, a Black female therapist was commenting on an article by a male therapist about Black men not being willing to do therapy, okay? She made some comments about it as a therapist, as a professional. Yes, please tag and share. This is important. And some Black men got offended. And they called her job. And they complained. And they said she said bad things, she used colorful language, blah, 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 blah. And they got her fired. And then they boasted about it, like they had did something good, right? So let's just talk about this for a few minutes. I'm going to ask you some crazy questions, and you don't have to answer them to me directly, but I'm going to invite you to look for yourself. When have you retaliated against somebody that you say you respect, admire, love, and or cherish? And what did it get you? What did it get you? I'm not, no judgment, no condemnation. I cannot tell you how many times people have asked me for support, love, vindication, access, and I said no because it didn't work for me, and then I got attacked. And it's, from family to fans, okay? And what I want you to start looking at is, where did that start? When did you start retaliating as if that's going to get you what you want? Do you think I'm just really dealing with these dudes? Like, getting her fired is an act of violence, because not only is she out of a job and livelihood, but now all of her clients are out there floundering because they didn't like what she said or how she said it. How many times do you retaliate? Real talk. When you don't like what someone says, or you don't like the way they said it, or your pride gets hurt because they said no, or they didn't do it the way you wanted to, and you took it upon yourself to get strategic enough to hurt them, to annihilate their character, to tear them down. What does that get you? Does that get you more money? Does that get you more prestige? Does that get you closer to building generational wealth for your family? What the fuck does it get you? What does it get you? Really, it's a real question. And I don't think we ask ourselves that enough in our community. We say we love each other, but the moment we get offended, we go for the jugular. White people may say some foul shit, and they have the systems to back it up. But we don't do that. We go for it. We crucify. We crucify. And I'm inviting you to look to see, what is it in you that has you think that if you get back at somebody, you got even. What did you get back? The feeling of righteousness, it only lasts for a moment, and then what happens? Someone else offends you, and you tear that you destroy that bridge as well, and you destroy the other bridge, the other bridge, the other bridge. You just keep tearing things down, so you have nothing. It's a real question. And I don't. And the thing is, I'm watching y'all drop off. It's fine if you drop off, but you want to start to contend with that your actions will beget the same action back to you. It may not come from the same person, but it does not get you where you want to go. And I will say this, that when you retaliate, you're enacting the same violence that's been acted out on us for hundreds and hundreds of years. That's not blame, that's just source. If you think that retaliating is going to get you what you want, then you really are inside of a slave mentality, because it won't ever get you what you want. It'll just keep you fighting, fighting, fighting. So my prayer goes out to this woman, and I didn't post anyone's name. I didn't tell you what she was. You'll find it's all over TikTok. Okay. But my point is, if we're committed as a people, or even if you're just committed for yourself and your family, to really thrive, start looking to see how you get back at people. Instead of getting things peaceful or accepting people's perspective that's not yours, people have a right to, she has a right to say what she says as a professional, right? Even if you don't like it, to purposely go find ways to get her fired says everything about your character. And then to blast it on social media like you're proud of it, who's going to want to work with you? Who's going to want to date you? Who's going to want to have a family, to do business with you? What does it get you? It's a real, I'm like, God, what did they think was going to come out of this? Oh yeah, we got her fired. Ha, 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 ha. And then other black men are joining in the ridicule. If it were a white woman, would you be joining in the ridicule? If it was a white man, would you be joining in the ridicule? What is it that makes it okay to cut us down and then go publicly to defame our name? And you say you love us. How does that work? Now, the good news is I've been seeing a lot of black men, content creators, speak up about this violence. And I would venture to say this violence, this character assassination, this, oh, let me put her in her place, black men toward black women. I'm not suggesting black women don't retaliate. We do. We absolutely do. I'm not saying that black women have no foul shit. Of course we have. I'm not even question marking it. I'm not saying that. What I'm pointing to is the deliberate attack and then the public circulation of the ridicule. Why would you do that? And why would you laugh at it, even if you didn't do it? Why is that humorous? What does it get you? Does it make you feel powerful? I mean, honestly, does it give you a hard on? What does it get you? That this is your only way to get something like respect or visibility, to attack somebody and then publicly circulate ridicule that other people, specifically black men, are laughing at. How is that okay? If that were your mother or your sister or the love of your life, would you want that done to them? Because you don't agree with a perspective? That's what white people do. They don't agree with half the... Honey, white people don't agree with half the stuff. I get banned on a regular basis. They don't agree. Do you understand? And what I'm pointing to is that particular behavior is so rooted in oppression and so rooted in powerlessness. The person who has to retaliate on the hush is the one who has no power. The ridicule doesn't make you powerful. It makes you a mark for people to not want to be in your space and to block you. Start thinking about your, look, I'm going to say this and I'll stop. Start thinking about your own self-interest in terms of retaliation. If you retaliate, people are going to find out and they're going to start looking at you and relating to you as a violent person. Because if you do it to one person, you'll do it to the other person. So it may be in your self-interest to start to consider, oh, Dad, if I do this, this can come back to me. It may not come back in the form of retaliation. It may come back in the form of you don't get a job or you get fired or as people start sending hate mail or notices to your family. I'm not kidding. The world will do that. The moment people can see your character, they start to dance with it. It is not in your self-interest to do that. And then to go circulate it is profound. I saw this video the other day that broke my heart. A black man threw a black woman into a lake as a joke and then videotaped her struggling to not drown. And he thought it was funny. And other black men laughed. Why is that okay? Again, I'm not saying retaliation is black women don't do it. I'm not saying white people don't do it. Everybody does it. But I'm pointing to something specific to our community. That when a black woman speaks up, some black men look at that as a target to tear down, as an act of power in terms of their own self-image. And that is remarkably distorted. And it's unfortunate because it's stuff like that that has us not trust each other so we can build wealth together. It is literally those kinds of acts that you would even publicly circulate. I'm not saying private is good. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it's deliberate. It's deliberate. And it's an act of violence. Even if you don't put your hands on somebody, there are emotional acts of violence, mental acts of violence. And we don't talk about those in our community. We just laugh and say, oh, I was just joking. Oh, well, she deserved it. Or he deserved it. Well, really? Okay, well, you deserve what you get too. Because it will, you don't know who's watching. And people will make a note of it. I know I have. Okay? So, if you're fed by this word, please pay it forward. Okay? And if you don't, it's fine. But be clear. We keep saying we want something different, but it's going to come down to our behavior toward each other. And I will say this until I'm blue in the face. We're going to have to heal. And healing requires getting to the source of this kind of anger and violence against Black women who have a voice. That's a big deal. It's like, why would you want to silence someone who has a voice who's out to help you called the therapist? I don't even know how to, you weren't even in therapy to be offended. You just didn't like that she said it. And it's true. Black men do need therapy because they're human beings, not because they're wrong. There's nothing wrong with therapy. But if you're going to attack people who are telling the truth, then you're not committed to anything except annihilation. And that is a trope of self-hate. So, I'm going to surrender the mic. Let me hear from you. If you have something to say it in the spirit of love and dignity. I'm not tripping. I would love to hear your word on it. And I'm willing to be wrong. I'm not attached to being right, but I would like for you to go look. If you need to, go look at videos. I'm not going to circulate it because I don't want to, my platform is too big for me to shit gets out there real quick. So I'm not trying to blow them up. So I'm not going to push it out. But I am saying that if you have something to say about the topic, please say it in the spirit of love and dignity. Okay? This is something we need to discuss if we're committed to doing anything. And let me take it this way. Even if you're not committed to us as a people, if you're committed to your life fucking working on any level, then you need to be in this conversation. Because if you're not retaliating and someone's retaliating against you, we still need to discuss it. We need to talk about how we get back at each other and how we will tear each other down. And that requires healing some things that we haven't been willing to be responsible for. And it requires making sure people who are that way, who are not well, do not get access to you. And if they come for you, then how do you respond? This young lady, bless her heart, she spoke back. She put it all on TikTok. She outed them. She did her thing. And I support that. She's not going to be bullied by it, right? But it still points to a pathology in our community that we don't address. And it's an act of violence. If a white person did the same thing to a Black person, we would be on fire for it. But if a Black man does it to a Black woman, it's not even, unless someone makes a big stink of it, you don't speak about it. You'll speak about the Kardashians, but you don't speak about, okay, this therapist was trying to help. And she pointed to someone else's article and Black men came after her. Some Black men, and I want you to be clear, I'm not saying all Black men, there's some amazing content creators who have been speaking up about it. So please miss me with the whole, women do it too. I know, but they didn't do this. They didn't do this. So please do not try to do the equal thing with me. Right now, I am talking about one specific incident. And you need to deal with that instead of making a generalization. That's just a distraction from the topic. Please go away if you can't handle the truth. Just leave. It's okay. But don't distract by like, oh, women do it too. We know that. But we ain't talking about women right now. We're talking about a group of men who got a Black woman fired and they were Black men. They did it on purpose. Because they didn't like what she said. And that is what I'm speaking to. So if you want to talk about that topic, please leave your comments and I'll read them if I can, right? Unless you get ugly, then I'll just block, delete, or report you, all right? But it is a fair conversation, all right? This is Dr. Venus. God bless God. I look forward to hearing what you have to say about it. Please share this video. Goodbye for now.